Hey everybody, we still got a few people kicking on, but I'm going to go ahead and get going here. Very pleased to have you on the call today, and we really have a who's who of wellness in Nebraska joining us, and we're proud of that. We're pleased to have you all kind of getting on and seeing what this is about. The NE150 challenge is what we're talking about today, and we're expecting that we'll do about 15 to 20 minutes total and let you get on with your day. My name is Dave Manerick. I'm the Executive Director of the Nebraska Sports Council, and we are providing support for the NE150 Challenge in conjunction with Nebraska Statehood 150, which is the organization that is overseeing the sesquicentennial celebration. And there are several different aspects of the celebration, of which the NE150 Challenge is just one. So it's kind of a small slice of the big picture, but where the Nebraska Sports Council is concerned, it's a big deal, and the reason is we've been working in wellness, specifically with wellness competitions and challenges, since 2003. And Kimberly Barrett, who's on the call with us, now the wellness coordinator at UNL, was on the ground floor of that program and helped us get it off the ground. But our mission at the Sports Council is to promote healthy and active lifestyles. We currently, the other things that we do, we conduct the Cornhusker State Games, the Mud Run, and the Pumpkin Run. You can learn all about the Nebraska Sports Council at nebraskasportscouncil.com. As for Nebraska Statehood 150, of course, the goal is to unite Nebraska around this central theme, celebrating a rich history, 150 years of statehood. So they're bridging Nebraskans across different communities and cultures, building a connection with every Nebraskan, and instilling in every citizen an even greater sense of pride. If you want to see all about the overall celebration of the sesquicentennial, you can go to ne150.org. Joining me on the call today as moderators, Linus Hagedorn, who is the Nebraska Sports Council's Director of Communications and Development, and our chief problem solver. And he'll be leading the support team throughout the year next year. And we have several good staffers and a great team of interns here at the Nebraska Sports Council that'll be your first layer of support. So if you have questions and you want to talk to somebody, that'll be our team's role to step in and solve problems where we can and help you along the way. Kevin Mosier is with us. Kevin is an Elgin, Nebraska native, and he is the NE150 Director of Digital Communications, the lead designer for the challenge and the other sites that are associated with the 150 celebration. And he'll be our main tech support leader for the NE150 challenge throughout the year next year. There's a great team of folks that are working under Kevin and Linus to make the experience as beneficial as possible to everyone. So what is the NE150 challenge? It's a free, year-long web-based challenge encouraging physical activity, trail usage, event participation, all themed around Nebraska's celebration of 150 years of statehood. So from an individual user standpoint, basically we're going to have people that are motivated to adopt and maintain healthier habits throughout the year next year, and they're going to have an opportunity to log in, create their own dashboard, and they're going to be able to set their own goals, whether they be miles of activity, miles of trail usage, or they can also do events, which has been part of our Nebraska Sports Council challenges in recent years, and earn badges along the way, and then share their experience, celebrate their experience with others. So a big emphasis here on connecting with others, friends, family, co-workers, people throughout the state, and this site is really good, great for doing that. So to demonstrate the site, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin. Kevin, take it away.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. So we're going to start off just giving a brief overview of what the homepage looks when you're not logged in. And so we have this nice header here that changes everything, all of our menu options, a little area here to highlight some of the features of the site, as well as upcoming events, anything there. The governor and the first family are very involved in this challenge, and so they're going to be starting to log their miles. We just gave them their logins, and so you'll see their progress here. In addition, we have some sponsor area here, and then down here we have a social media aggregator. And so anytime anyone is using the challenge and they want to share their story, share their adventure, they can use the hashtag NE150, and this refreshes every hour, and it'll pull in those pictures and those posts right there. So that's a really good way to connect with other Nebraskans and kind of see how others are using this challenge. So then I'm going to log in. Fine. Oops, my 53 password. There we go. So when you're logged in, the homepage essentially takes you right to your user portal, and this is where you'll do all the activity in terms of logging your miles. We have an activity converter here, so if you're not doing something that's inherently mile-based, so for instance, if you're doing like baseball, you can convert that. Say I was doing 60 minutes of baseball, and it gives you a rough idea of the distance in terms of that. So we'll go ahead and we'll say we did some baseball here for 60 minutes, and so that automatically puts this distance up in here. We use that as the equivalent for walking. That's what it says here. It's approximately equivalent to walking 1.8 miles. And so we also have this thing here called location or event code. And so inside of the website, we have a trails database that has a majority of the trails in the state, probably not all of them. And so in here, you can actually find specific trails if you're hiking on something. So we said we did on the Cowboy Trail. You can go ahead and put that in there. And I haven't logged any miles in this account to kind of get a fresh idea of how this works. So date of activity, we say we did that today, walking on the Cowboy Trail for this many miles. We'll say we did 10 miles. Good round number. It'll show a lot of badges. So then when you go ahead and submit it, you get a bunch of notifications here. We have badges built into the system, and so since we've never used this account before, we get a few badges here. You log 10 overall miles, 10 miles specifically for walking, and then this Trailblazer badge is for using the trail function, the location function. And so this is a really nice feature then, because then you can tweet this out and share your progress, share your badges. We have a variety of different badges, and we'll go over those a little bit later here in this webinar, but I just wanted to show you how that works. And then additionally, we have a trophy room, which I'll get to here in a bit, that shows everything. So once you start logging miles, then it aggregates here inside of your user database. You can see it says I did 10 miles here, and each activity has a different type of bar like this. So you know, if I did 10 miles of cycling, let's say, and added the miles there, you can see here it's adding this. And so what it shows is how many miles overall you've walked, cycled, different activities the last 30 days, the average between all users, and then whoever the leader is in those categories. And then this still stays in here. You can see the social media feed. So again, people can share their stories and connect with others there. Still on this page here, we can go to badges while you're logged in, and you see the badges that you've earned right there. And you can even click on them and see, you know, log 10 miles at activity, see what it is. And then you can actually go to the trophy room from here. And this is where you'll find all the badges that you've earned. In addition to that, you can also look at upcoming badges. And we have a lot more badges to add to this in terms of we're going to have badges for specific months, you know, dates that you're logging, events, different activities. But you can kind of get an idea of here of the different types of badges that you can earn. And then click on them and find out what it takes to earn that badge. So it's a good way for users to kind of have goals to work towards and something that they're kind of striving for. So back to the homepage, we also have this functionality here to add a buddy, and this can be, right now we have it coded for a child or a pet. And so let's say, you know, I'm going to be walking with my dog, and so I want to add her into this. And so now my dog is now added in the system, and I can also log miles for her. So let's say that we both went hiking on the Cowboy Trail, and we did 10 miles this day. We can go ahead and add those miles. And your buddy, whether it's a pet or a child, will also earn badges as well that you can filter through and see their progress. And then you can also see on the home page, once you started logging miles for your buddy, they'll be listed here in your family, where you can see how they're doing and edit their information and all that. So that's just kind of a quick rundown of the user interface in terms of primarily what users will be using and what users will be seeing. Additionally, in the website, we mentioned that we have events. We're going to continue to update this and add more events throughout the year. If anyone's planning an event, they can suggest an event there, and then we'll add it to the list here. Has all the information there. You can filter based on event type, where it's located. We have a nice map here so you can see where it's located at, as well as information for registering for the event. They'll take it to the website that's coordinating that. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the event functionality. Pretty straightforward. You can filter on date, filter by keyword, type of event. So lots of functionality there to drill down for types of events. In addition to events, one of the another cool feature that we have is we've aggregated something that's never been done in the state, but we've aggregated the majority of the trails in the state. And so you can find based on location. So we'll say 10 miles within Lincoln, we want to find just trails that we can do some cycling on. And search, and it'll give you all those. There's also links to outside pages that show more information about those trails. So you can go and learn more about that specific trail, where it's located, things like that. In addition, if you're find yourself hiking on a trail that's not listed in here, we do want to try to gather the most complete trail database in Nebraska that's ever been gathered. And so there's this functionality here to suggest a trail so that we can continue to add more trails to that. So it's just improving our users' functionality there.
One quick cut in on that. Jeannie's with us from the Nebraska Association of NRDs, and a lot of the NRD properties have trails, and they have sent us a link, so we will be getting those trails added for the NRD properties.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, we didn't get those. So yeah, so if there are trails on here that you know that aren't there, let us know. Like I said, we're trying to complete the most comprehensive trails database here. So pulling from a lot of different sources there. Additionally, we have this group functionality here. So you know, if you're a part of a workplace, or maybe you want to have a family group or whatever that is, you can actually request to create a new group, and then invite your friends, invite your coworkers there, and just kind of show you how this works. So when you're in the group, if you're an admin, you can invite new members. Here on the front-facing end, if you're not a member of the group, you won't see all their names. You'll just see initials to kind of see progress. But if you're actually in the group, you can view the roster and see everyone who's using that group, how much mileage they're using. So that's a really good functionality for workplaces who have workplace groups who are trying to track their miles, to go in here and kind of see how everyone's doing and what their progress is. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, you request a new group, and then we approve that. And then you can start inviting people, and they can start requesting to join groups. Groups are either set as open or closed, and visible or invisible. So if it's an open group, anyone can join it. You don't have to request to join. If it's a closed group, you have to request to join, and then the admin of the group has to approve it. Visible and invisible just determines if it shows up in the groups list here. So if it's visible, obviously it's visible. If it's invisible, it doesn't show up, but you can still send links to people so that they can join it. So there's lots of functionality there. And then the My Miles, this is where you can actually see a mileage log and export these. You can export for your buddy or yourself. And then it also gives you the opportunity here to log miles. The trophy room we kind of covered there, just to see all your badges. All the other tabs, we have just information about the challenge in general. We have some trail information, wellness from Department of Health and Human Services has provided some, exercise tips for seniors, things like that. We also have a blog, which will be populated with content here, which will, tips for the challenge, exercise ideas, wellness ideas, diet ideas, everything will be kind of a one-stop shop for everything related to the challenge. And then we have a help suite here where we'll have FAQs and a way to connect with us. So if there's an issue with the site and you don't feel like calling anyone, you can fill out a form and we'll get that and handle all that. So that is the kind of quick and dirty run through of the website. Do you guys have any questions at this point just about the site functionality?
Hold on a second there, guys. I think we need to unmute the line, so. Okay, I got them all there. If anybody has any questions, fire away.
How many individuals can you have on a team?
There are no limits in terms of the group functionality. There are no limits. You could have, I mean, thousands. we would love to see millions of people on the site and thousands in groups. So yeah, there is no limit.
You can actually customize. Excuse me, this is Dave. You can actually customize how if you want to have some teams participating against one another. You can simply create groups for each of them, so that you'd have several groups, and use the team names to attract the right people to the right groups.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a goal amount of miles that each individual or each team should try to achieve, or what's the overall goal that everyone's trying to get to?
Right. So really the whole point of the challenge is actually to kind of keep that more open and nebulous. So let people make their own determination in terms of what they're trying to strive for. We say with the challenge, the goal is to try to walk, run, whatever, at least 150 miles during next year. But that's obviously, we would encourage people to do way above and beyond that. If you're going in terms of badges, we have lots of badges all the way up to like 1,000 miles in a year. So there are benchmarks there that people can try to strive for. If they're trying to get those badges, they can try to do 1,000 miles of activity. So it's really self-set. Part of the problem with a lot of fitness sites is it's a little more intimidating for people, and so we wanted to keep this more open and flexible so that anyone, an older individual can go on and be like, well, I just want to try to get 50 miles in the year, and that's fine. We don't have any requirements to try to make them reach that goal. It's self-directed and whatever their own individual goals are. Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a couple.
No, go ahead.
As far as, I just forgot what my question was. Yeah, as far as dates, this is going on throughout the entire year?
Yeah, and then it's not just going to end after this year. We'll continue forever, hopefully for perpetuity. So, but the program is yearly based. So, for instance, like if you go into this trophy room here, you'll see one of the tabs says 2016, and then so you'll see all your badges for that year, and then the next year it'll say 2017, 2018. So as long as you're in the challenge, it'll track all that information and save that information. Additionally, with the activity log, the same thing. You can drill down based on year. So, whatever year you're looking for, as long as you've been in the challenge, you can find that information.
Is there a cost associated with making a profile?
The program, and you segued perfectly into the next thing I was going to address. The program is free for individual participation. It's free to form a group for anyone, and it's free for an event to log on, so we'll promote the events for free. That being said, we are a pair of nonprofit organizations that are putting this on, and we've got people that are going to be providing a lot of support for the program. There was a significant software investment, so we have sponsorship opportunities, and if your company, if you want to go back to the boss, or if you are the boss, wants to consider a heavier way, a significant way of being involved and getting some marketing benefits from it, such as your logo on the front of the website, and some other things where we can connect you with the participants, share a message on your behalf, we have sponsorships from $5,000 and up. But what we really want to establish is an official member program. And thank you to at least 3 of the people on the call. We've already begun. We've got some memberships already purchased, and the formula has us recruiting 150 companies to be official members for $500 each. And those companies will compete for awards that are presented by the Nebraska Sports Council at our annual banquet in October. And the benefits to the $500 member companies include eligibility for company awards. I mentioned that. Free webinars along the way, and we'll also be highlighting your company achievements on the Facebook pages, or on the Facebook page and through our email newsletters that we're sending out. Listing on the members page of the NE150 Challenge website, so we'll have a members tab up there, official members tab, where you'll be listed. And then a workplace promotional kit, which includes shirts, complimentary medals. We're going to send out 3 medals, and then 10 posters. We'll also have PDF posters that you can print, but we're going to send you 10 of those. And our suggestion with this kit is to display medals and the shirts at first, and then use them as incentives or awards through your own, whatever you want to create as mini challenges. Maybe it's the most miles in March or something like that. And just use those as you go to keep people perked up throughout the year. We think those will be very valuable, something you can put out there that are tangible. When you get your group established, if you become an official member, we'll send you messages that you can use to motivate people to sign up and then to stay active throughout the year in the program. And we'll also send you a window cling. So anybody that comes in your place of business will know that you're a member. The other thing that we're going to provide is quarterly reports. So we'll be able to basically create reports for your entire group and then send those in an Excel format. We'll email those to you once a quarter. So March 31, June 30, Sep 30, December 31. So it'll be just a way that you can easily track, know how your group is doing without having to run anything on your own. So those are some things we're going to do for the members. Again, we strongly encourage you to not just get involved, but to get invested. There is most of you on this call know, because you participated in the past in our challenges, there's a skin in the game element that really helps people stay motivated, helps the leadership of your company stay motivated. And so we encourage you to take advantage of that and help us pay the bills. So that's what those programs are. I'd be happy to talk to anyone offline about the sponsorship opportunities. We can answer more questions about the membership, but it's pretty straightforward. It's all right there. Sign up, $500, get your company involved, be an official member, and be part of the Sports Council Awards. Any questions on those options to support the program financially?
I have a question. Do we have the opportunity to request more like window clings or t-shirts or anything along those lines?
You sure do. Yep. If you want more stuff, just let us know.
Okay.
Do you have any more contact information for anybody that we should get in touch with if we decided to do this?
We will email that out as soon as we're finished here. I think we have everyone's email webinar registration. Yes, we'll follow up.
Fair enough.
When will this site be live? I know I'm going to have to talk to my director to see about committing at the company level, but I'd like to be able to showcase this to her.
Sure. The roll live date is December 28th. We're going to be doing a big press conference with the governor, and we have this site and our other initiatives will be live then, so free for anyone to join.
Sorry, that was December 28th?
Yes, December 28th, correct, yep.
Part of the follow-up email, I'll figure out how to do it, but we recorded this webinar, so we'll be able to share this recording with you if you want to show others in your organization.
All right, well, I promised we'd make it short and sweet. So we're going to sign off, but I do want to thank everyone. We're really excited about the opportunity. We've been promoting healthy and active lifestyle choices for a long time. And when something like this comes up, all of you on this call have an opportunity to really help galvanize the state around a central theme and promote wellness around a central theme. So we hope you'll give it the utmost consideration. Be leaders on this, get yourself involved, participate in the program, and help us make it a movement, a statewide movement. Oh, the other thing, we touched on this briefly, and it hit me at the time, but the Nebraska Sports Council is going to benefit from this association and the development work of the NE150 Commission because we're going to get this software forever, and that's a big deal for us. There's no way we could afford the kind of development costs and software development fees that would be associated with this robust of a website. So we're very thankful to the organization for coming to us and saying, let's do this together. It's going to be a great thing. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.